What's up, Keller Williams?
What is up? I know something that's up.
What?
Well, do you remember the Muppets?
I know the Muppets.
The balcony.
Yeah.
The two guys.
Yeah, I love those two guys. One of them. Oh, we are those two guys.
We are now.
Yeah.
You've entered the next decade.
Yeah. Those guys were older than 50.
Not much. I mean, remember, we were very young.
Well, that's true.
Right?
That's true. They never grew older than that.
They were very grumpy and they were grey. So
yes.
I don't know what they were called though. I can't remember.
I don't remember their names either. Guys in the balcony, old crotchety farts in the balcony. Yeah. Yes,
this show is terrible.
I have joined the 50 club. I am officially on the top of the hill, rolling down the other side.
Yep. Yeah, it's when you got to take ibuprofen every morning. That's when you know what's going on.
Hopefully not. I don't know.
Kind of there. So excitement. We've got a customized link system that we can add to our websites to make it easier to market communities.
Absolutely. So
it's going to be good.
So a lot of you have probably seen some videos out there. I have one that was actually inspired by Mike McPherson. He was the first one I saw to create one about custom navigation in our new websites. And we're going to kind of take that to another level in the fact that, simple fact is we're here to save you money, right? I mean, that's part of why we do this, so that we can educate you on all the benefits of Command and KW technology and let you know that some of those websites out there, and
you mean the $5,000 ones?
Yeah, well, I mean, even at the cheapest is like $1,500, right? $1,000, $1,500. And they're good partners with Keller Williams. Some of our big teams love them. Is some, whatever. The point is they're partners with Keller Williams. So specifically because we are partners, and I'm a huge Ben Kinney fan. I always have been. His story is amazing in what he's accomplished. But Brivity is one of those websites that has this feature, and Boomtown's another one. And the feature that I'm talking about is, after you scroll down the search and maybe the video or the about me, whatever, as the agent, you get down towards the bottom of the page, or, just under the fold, we call it, which is the first part that you have to scroll. You have like cities and price points to search, right? Well, it's a little bit different in our website, but it can be done in our website too.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're going to do, instead of add it to the homepage, is we're actually, technically it's still on the homepage. It's it'll be on every page.
Yeah.
Because we're going to add it to the navigation at the top of the website.
Yeah. Which is very good for SEO as well, because if you name these communities correctly, it could be literally a neighborhood or a wider area of a city or an actual city or even a district, like Treasure Coast, whatever we are, Sunset Coast,
we're the Sun Coast.
Yeah. So yeah, you can program the SEO keywords into those searches, and that will then, and I've proven it, because on my website, when you Google it, the navigation bar is now coming up under Google as
like a site map,
embedded links,
and they can click from that Google search. They can click and go right to each one of those pages.
Yeah, so I'm really loving the new sites, I've got to say. I mean, even though they are complicated to build, and that's the same thing as ever. We will train you, we'll help you, we'll show you what to do. But there's just sometimes that it's not in your kind of wheelhouse to want to do it. So we can help with that. That's all I'm saying. We can help.
Well, and there's, it's like with anything, agents wanted to have a lot of customization.
Yes.
Right. That was one of the driving factors to the new websites. However, because I won't say but.
Oh, yes.
I'd have to say and.
Yep.
Bold law. However, to get that kind of functionality, it requires a certain type of administration tool on the back end of things.
You said back end, though.
I did say back end. Hopefully Andrew's not listening. And that back end administration tool is what's required to provide that level of customization.
Yeah.
Right. And if it is more than you as an agent want to deal with, then by all means, reach out to your Market Center tech trainer. If you don't know who that is, Peter and I would be happy to find them for you. And if you don't have an MCTT, is what we call a Market Center tech trainer, then you most likely have an RTT, which is your regional tech trainer, and they will be happy to help you and point you in the right direction for help with that as well. This is something that's come up quite recently. Everybody's diving in and checking out the new navigation, custom pages. So there's so much functionality in the new websites right now, and we want to show you that. And I almost said it, and as always, we are going to jump into our culture moment. So today it is our beliefs, our Keller Williams belief system, which is, you want to go back and forth?
Yeah.
Win-win or no deal.
Integrity, do the right thing.
Customers always come first.
Commitment in all things.
Communication, seek first to understand.
Creativity, ideas before results.
Teamwork, together everyone achieves more.
Trust starts with honesty.
Equity, opportunities for all.
And success results through people.
Awesome. So the one in there, the way that I look at at our Keller Williams belief system, known as the Y4C2Ts, they're all meant to go together, right? It's like they just keep compounding off of each other. One makes more sense with the one before it or after it. So they're not really meant to be taken out independently. And I would say that the one that sticks out to me most of the time, just because I see it on all levels, I see it in leadership, I see it with agents, I see it in the relationships between agents and leadership, I see it with customers, right? Is communication. Seek first to understand. Everybody by human nature tends to assume and jump to conclusions and not actually get the other parts of the story.
Well, they seek first to respond.
Yeah, react. Yeah, respond or react. Yeah, absolutely.
Not understand. So yeah, it's very important.
And in my eyes, there's three sides to every story. One side, the other side, and then what really happened.
Yeah.
And the more that we communicate between those two parties, those other two sides, the more we get to that third side of what really happened. So that one sticks out the most to me. What about you, Peter?
Well, it's the one I don't really like. It's the creativity, ideas before results.
Hold on, just in case somebody's just now tuning in, why don't you like that one?
Well, so I think intrinsically certain people are creative first, right? Their whole modus operandi, I think that's the correct term, is that they have ideas and they go ahead and implement them and they make changes. And I'll give you an example, right? I know it's kind of the extreme example, but Elon Musk, right? He's an ideas guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
He doesn't have time to implement them.
Right. So what he does is he builds teams, and he has those teams using first principles to construct his business models, and it's extremely successful and he's educated the world on how to do things, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of them out there, a lot of these major entrepreneurs.
Sure.
But I wouldn't. So he says you don't need a university education. You don't need business degree. You need ideas, right? It's the creativity. It's the spark of what problem are you solving and how are you going to solve it. So I feel.
Hold on, I got something for that. If there was a problem, you'll solve it. Check out the hook. Wow, okay. DJ revolves it.
Oh, right, all right. It's a 90s kid. So that's a generational difference. You're a young X, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, I'm an old X. So I do feel that in Keller Williams, there is the operational type people who don't understand the creatives.
Yeah, the systems and models.
Yeah. Yep. So it's almost like the systems and models are put on a shelf high. It's all comes from Gary Keller, essentially, right? But there's more than one way of doing things. And you don't innovate without creative spark. You have to have a creative spark. You have to have an idea And the secret to making things work is to fail forward.
Right.
You've got to try it. And if it doesn't work, you try again, you try again. Like I'm building AI right now.
Yeah.
And I've now got AI that can do expired calls, separate AI, another AI to do FISBO calls, separate AI to follow up with a website lead, a showing request, interaction on the website, search properties. Got another one that does Facebook lead ad response. And every one of them is very nuanced, right?
Right.
And the systems and models type people are balking at it. I see them online going, this is a waste of time. This is ridiculous. You know, we're trying to replace us, right? So they're resisting that creativity because they're entrenched in old-fashioned ways. But I'll give you a story about that. Kodak.
Yeah.
So Kodak was presented with the very first digital camera. And the guy who invented it went to Kodak and says, this is the future, guys. And they went, not for us, it isn't. Right?
Right.
So he went to Sony and Sony went, haha, no film required.
Right.
We're buying that. Cybershock came out.
Yeah.
Right? Sony shares rocketed and Kodak went bankrupt.
Kodak became, well, they went bankrupt, almost non-existent. They are back now, but with novelty digital cameras. Yeah. Like they've brought back, well, I guess Polaroid has brought back the Polaroid instant.
They were an empire of developing film, and they got replaced by technology and new ideas, and they resisted it. So it's like the Beatles coming along and you're saying, you know, guys, I don't think you're going to make it. not for us. Thank you, but no thank you. Right. And they did that with the Beatles. They did that with the digital camera. There was the next biggest, you know, and it's still here, right? And obviously now it's evolved now into the cell phone. So, I mean, why using a camera? Obviously, you're not using a cell phone for this. So the cameras still have the place. Yeah. But the point I'm making is in real estate, we've got to discover what the problem is and then find a solution using the latest technology to fix that problem. And that is AI. Because it's going to replace what the agent does not want to do, which is cold call prospecting. Yeah, and it's tough, hard work. It's hard to scale. There's only one mouth, and you can only make one call at a time. With AI, you can call 1,000 people in a minute because it's ultimately scalable.
All TCPA friendly. We'd like to add.
I programmed it in. So if the database has a DNC flag, it won't make the call unless it's also got a consent form from a website or a Facebook page. So you can program. You program it. So you say, okay, here's the person I'm calling. Have I got permission to call them? Yes, I have. And it copies the code from the lead ad form, which is a unique code, stores it in the database. So if anyone ever comes and says, you made this call using AI, you go, I certainly did. And there's the permission. Right. So even if it's on the do not call, you can call because that person has opted in to receive. And it even says artificial voice on our Keller Williams website. Yeah. They've put that in there. Yeah. So the opt-in is including artificial voice. We noticed that yesterday on our call. And so what I'm saying is creativity really matters for a business. Yeah. Kodak didn't go down that route and now they don't exist. Essentially. Yeah, no, they don't. And honestly, like when you thought about cameras before, it was Kodak. Yeah. Now it's Sony and Canon. Yeah. Once in a while, there's a Nikon or a Fujifilm in there, but yeah. And you know, you talked about Elon being the visionary, and then other people implement those things for him. And I am in no way best buds with Gary Keller, but what I know of Gary Keller, he's very similar to that. He's the visionary in real estate. And he has an amazing team around him that makes it happen. Yeah. But I think at some point in the whole process, the culture was a little taken over by the systems and models people, the process people. And they looked at the creativity as shiny objects and came out with that very term, shiny object. Yeah. So I balk at that shiny object term because it's through testing, split testing, failing, that you discover something that actually changes everything, right? Oh, yes, so you can't. So what I'm saying is, there's got to be people in the organization that have the freedom to do that, right? And it may not be that the individual agent does that. The agent may stick to the systems and models and not veer off. Which my OP is very, very strict about making sure that everybody understands what works, and you
Yes.
should do that, right?
Yeah.
And you shouldn't go off and waste your time on something.
Right.
Let other people do that, like me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then when we discover that there's something that's going to literally, I mean, I can call every expired in the state of Florida in 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
All at the same time, and I'll have a list of who's interested and makes an appointment. That's extremely powerful.
Absolutely. It's very powerful. The only thing about the systems and the models, as you well know, as a tech trainer, is that it's because agents want to get into the business and get productive and get to doing things. They don't, most of them, right? I would say the vast majority of them are not nerds like us. They don't want to get in and figure out how to make something do what it's supposed to do. So that's the only stifling of creativity is use the models first to go make your money and then get creative.
Yeah. So I get it. But at the same time, I would hate to think we lose an opportunity where an agent has an amazing idea and then feels uncomfortable about coming forward with it. And because it feels out of culture. So what I'm trying to do is open the door a little bit to people making suggestions and ideas. But at the same time, not creating the rabbit hole where all the agents fall down the rabbit hole and don't actually do the required steps and actions to make their business successful.
Right.
So it's just a slight nuance on it. But I think it's important because the pace of change in the last year and the pace of change right now, particularly with AI, is frightening. It is so fast. I can't even keep up. So as soon as something's launched and you think that's great, it's gone. So there's companies come and gone within literally days because they have a brilliant idea and then AI just gone, right? So social media marketing agencies, dead, finished.
Well, I mean,
right?
Yeah. So there's a couple of things I want to address with this. So one of the things that you talked about is, well, I wanted to point out some examples of where KW does foster creativity, though, right? Some examples that everybody knows about. And it is one of the beautiful things about this company is that if you have an idea, then
we literally have a place to submit it.
Well, Gary will actually tell you that and sell it, right? Yeah. He did that with Heather Kane, who is the head of Style to Design.
Yes.
Right. So you've got Heather Kane, you've got Scott Leroy, you've got Michael Lewis.
Heather's going heavy into AI.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's had to pivot because what she was doing a year ago, which was nice pictures,
can be
great products,
recreated.
The AI is now, I can deal with that, right? So she's, what's the word? Leveraging AI and pivoting into AI. So
pivot.
You're right. So pivot. So it's just the pace of change is just astounding.
But that shows Heather's brilliance, though, too. She recognizes it right away. She knows she has to adapt and embrace that and then figure out how to make that work with her product, right?
Which we do with everything.
Yeah.
So a couple of years ago, I said that you could run an open house with like the equivalent of an Amazon. This was before ChatGPT. The equivalent of an Amazon and Alexa as an assistant. So you walk in the room and the Amazon Alexa could answer questions about that particular room and describe its features, benefits. Just an idea, right?
Sure.
And then I was thinking, like, hang on a minute. So you could have an empty property, and no one's done this yet, and they should. You go online, you scan your driving license, it gives you the lock code, or it gives you a Bluetooth feature to open the lockbox, and you can go look at a property without needing somebody there. So it's
that already happens,
right?
Right. Amazon has that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't think they've put it into like real estate as such.
No, they do. But it's in test markets. It's big cities that are nowhere around us.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is the staying in your 20% is becoming easier.
Absolutely.
Because the 80% is getting taken care of with technology. So what we need to do is build relationships with human beings, toe to toe, belly to belly, color, whatever you want, and get that bond between you and the prospective client. Find out what their issues are, their concerns, their challenges, their pain points, and solve them. And it's going to make real estate a lot easier.
Yeah.
But what I'm seeing and I'm not going to name names on this podcast, but a certain individual who's very, very well known outside of the Keller Williams is somehow scared of it, right? And he's leading a very large group of agents and basically saying, you don't need this stuff. Well, he's Kodak.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
Or Blockbuster, same thing.
Yeah,
Netflix went to Blockbuster,
yeah.
right? And Blockbuster laughed them out of the boardroom.
Yeah.
And now there's one Blockbuster left, and it's the original, and it's more of a museum than anything else.
It's a museum,
right?
So so the DVD thing as well. Remember, Netflix used to come in the post.
Yeah, you used to, like and then Redbox came after Netflix. They saw that idea, and then Redbox had the kiosks at like Walgreens
to
and
stop
stuff like
the
that.
Posting. So you'd go down and collect it, and then you'd stick it back in the machine and get another one.
Yeah, but Netflix did start with DVDs too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So you see this evolution, right? Yeah. What I'm saying is we're about to see a massive evolution in real estate.
Well, talk about that evolution. They went from shipping you to your door so you don't have to get your, in my case, my fat butt off the couch to go get something from Blockbuster. They'll ship the DVD to your house to now. They're a full-on, better than Hollywood, more creative and original than Hollywood production company that makes the movies that you watch.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Right?
So it's in, and it was the same in vacation rentals when Airbnb came out, that model. And interestingly, this was all Y Combinator, which is Sam Altman's company. Y Combinator funded Airbnb and funded many of these fundamental changes. So you can actually go and look at the individual people who are influencing our whole society, and it's a handful.
Yeah.
It's a handful.
And they're visionaries.
They're
and
all
creatives. That's right. That was the point. That was a long way around to that point. Okay, so Peter's favorite is creativity.
Yeah, you asked me.
All right. So let's jump in here and get to work. What we're going to do again is we are going to show you, for the people that love some of those websites out there that have one-click links for, and I'll just say the cities around us. So like for me, it would be Port Charlotte, 200,000 to 300. Port Charlotte, 300,000 to 400,000. Port Charlotte, 5 to 6, right? Those one-click searches, they can be done in our Keller Williams websites, the new version of our Keller Williams websites, just a little bit different. We're going to put it in the navigation bar at the top. And as Peter said, the good thing about that is that then shows up on your sitemap, and sitemap is a whole nother conversation. But basically, these new websites are more powerful than you realize. And huge thank you and kudos to the KW Tech team for all the work they've done in this. We don't even, nerds like us who are starting to dive into the custom navigation, custom pages, all that stuff. If you're an agent that's a nerd and you're doing that too, and I know they're out there because I've talked to some of them, awesome. We've got the KW Tech team to thank for that. And ultimately, Gary and his wallet to thank for that as well, right? So thank you to the powers that be for providing us such awesome technology. And let's jump in and take a look at it. Peter, you've set some of this stuff up on your website as well, right?
It's actually on one of our agent sites. If you want to show it, it's Custom Coastal Group.
All right. Let me just make sure I am sharing the right tab, because I have too many that I can't see anything.
I'm just waiting for this to update.
Yeah. All right. Let's bring this in here. There we go. Awesome. So then you can bring this one up, and we should still be good. And we're going to go over here to our consumer applet. I'm going to click on that. Now you're going to see me operating in, well, I'm going to check it honestly to see which one of mine I have customized the most. I say which one of mine because as an individual or as an agent on a team, you actually have the ability to have two websites. You can have your personal profile website and you can have a team website. Okay, so I am going to use this one just to demonstrate. You can see I've done some custom already here, and this is what we're talking about, right? So I added a search tab to my navigation.
So click the bottom one for me.
The bottom
Port
one
Charlotte,
down here?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just interested because my neighbor's house is in that parameter.
All right.
Let's have a look where you've gone to. I think, you see, I'm not technically in Port Charlotte.
Yeah, but it comes up as Port Charlotte, doesn't it?
Yeah, no. You see, we're in
you're over here.
We're in Punta Gorda. So that little circle there with the just above, that's that area. But that's cool. So to do this, did you search by city? Right.
But I could do a zip code.
Right. Or you can draw on the map.
Yeah.
Right. So what I came across, this is for our island communities, you know, particularly up the eastern seaboard, you know, the US one, A1A, A1A and US one. So a lot of those areas are not municipal districts per se. They're known locally as, you know, like Vero Beach Island or Hutchinson Island, or going all the way up the coast into the Carolinas. There's all these island communities. They're really hard to do searches for on Zillow because they haven't got into that.
Well, we have them here too, like like Matt Lachey and Pine Island and
so it's
Boca Grande.
Any intracoastal area.
Yeah.
The great thing about it is you can draw with a pen, like your finger, but with a pen around the actual community, and then you can make a saved search for that particular location and then market that location. So I'm really liking this. So you can do it two ways. One is with the city search, like you've done there, Port Charlotte. And then, like, they got Don Pedro, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to do Don Pedro right here.
Yeah.
And we're going to grab the pen. That's what this icon is.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm just going to draw a line around Don Pedro.
That's me, by the way. I'm Don Pedro.
Are you?
Yeah. Peter.
I'm Don Juan.
Peter. Don Pedro.
My wife's probably laughing at me right now. So that's how I could draw that, right?
Yep.
Obviously I would clear my filters because it has this other one in here too.
Well, you can just hit that X over there on the left-hand side.
All right. So this is what we're going to set up, is a search like this. Now, I do want to show you something interesting. Maybe you can help me with this, because I've actually been in communications with an agent and an RTT because of what I'm about to show you. So if I click on this search right here, and when this page loads, all of that navigation is gone. Do we know why? so that is our next mission, is to figure out, and it's got to be in that admin tool.
It's not on my website.
It's on all your pages.
I'm sure of it.
So I think it's just it's something I haven't ticked.
Do you want to just go up and have a look? So open a new window. It could be. You see, they may have done an update. It's homesforsaleflorida.kw.com. Spell out, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. All right. And then when this loads.
Okay, so I've got the big menu, right? So what you're saying is when you go to the search page, right, you don't get all the menu. Might not on mine either. No, you don't.
Nope.
I've got it. It's there.
It's not all of them, though, is it?
No, it's just because it's zoomed in. So zoom out.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So, and this is what I'm thinking it is, Peter. There's an option to have all the navigation on every single page, and I think I forgot to tick that.
Yeah. So,
so let's just jump in and get started on that.
So I that's a little glitch on your menu setup.
Yeah.
The way I did it was I did all the menu items. Then I did one sub menu for the more. And then in the more, I did sub menu items. So everything, I have it all separated. And I guess you've got to hit publish in that. You know, like when you've got to publish twice.
So that is one of the nuances of this, right? Is we have to publish each time we're in something. You would think you hit publish, it publishes the whole thing, but it doesn't.
Only what you're looking at.
So we're going to show you those nuances right now. I'm just going to hide this so it's out of my way. And make sure I am in the right website, and I am. So let's say that I want to set up a new search like that. So the first thing that I'm going to do is get rid of all these other ones that are going to confuse the heck out of me. All right. And I'm going to go to a new tab. I'm going to go to this website. And I'm actually going to perform that search so that I can capture the URL that has the search criteria in it. Another beautiful thing about our websites is every time you create a search and you start choosing filters, you'll notice in the URL up here at the top of the page that it will start building those search parameters into that URL, which means as long as there's properties on the market that fit that criteria, that will never be a dead link.
Yeah.
It's awesome. All right. So let me jump in here to Port Charlotte. Okay, I'm going to choose the city. And then once this loads, I'm going to go to price. I'm going to do two things here because I want to separate condos from single family homes, lots, all that stuff, right? So I'm going to go to property type and I'm going to choose houses and apply. I want mine to be single family homes. I could leave condos in there if I wanted it like that, but I typically in my searches will separate condo and homes because in my experience, very rarely did I get somebody who was looking for either or. They're normally specific of what they want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we got houses, and then I'm going to go to my price points, and we're going to test something here because I know it exists in our neck of the woods. While it may not in yours, Peter and I are still in a little bit of a podunk community here. So we are very affordable between Sarasota and Fort Myers. All right, so there's 197 properties between 200.
Investors pay attention.
That's right.
You can get rental income on these units.
Absolutely, and they're cute little houses.
Yep. And they've all got new roofs, and they've all been painted, and they're all in great shape.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, so
well, not all, but
most. Yeah, most. Yeah. And they stand the test of time because the structure has survived 3 major hurricanes.
They may not be in the same place they were built originally.
That's right.
But they're doing well.
They have new addresses, but oh, that's funny. Okay, so up in the URL, then you can see up here it says search for sale because that's all I want. I don't want rentals. We don't have a rental market that as agents we get paid for here unless you are specifically property management. So I don't really advertise those. Port Charlotte, Florida is in there, and you can see that there's my price, 200 to 300, and my property subtype of home. So it's all built right into the URL. So I'm going to capture that by right-clicking on it, copy, and then I'm just going to hold on to that while we go do this. All right, Peter. So I'm rusty because I haven't really done this since the video, so I might need your help walking through it.
Burger bar on the left.
Yep. Hamburger menu, organization site, right?
Yep. So this is where a lot of agents, I had 2 calls today on this subject. So there is a pre-built menu structure, which is prescribed by KWRI, and it uses the more function, right? We don't want that because the SEO can't unravel that more, click through and see it. So we want to have all of our navigation
links, choices,
navigation links displayed across the top of the site. Plus, it's easier to navigate.
And what Peter's talking about is, if I go back here, this more right here, it's not reading all of this. And on this website, that's where most of my choices are.
Right. I know why.
Yeah.
Because you put them under the more section. Okay. All right. That's
not on the homepage. Not on the homepage. There's still something I'm not ticking that brings that navigation
all
right.
Well, let's just keep on track. So so we're going to scroll right to the bottom of this page, and we're going to click overrides first. Oh no, we're not. We're going to go right to the bottom of this page. I was right. So this is the inherited org site navigation provider. Okay, which is interesting because mine is custom.
So mine has been altered.
Okay.
I get in here and play around with things, and then
did you call it inherited org site navigation?
No, I honestly didn't. No, I must have accidentally overwritten that.
Okay.
Because inherited, you don't want to touch. That's the one that comes with it.
Yeah.
I highly recommend you start a custom one.
Yeah.
You name it, which is what we're about to do, and then you go build that out. Leave the inherited alone.
Yeah, that's what I would suggest. So I called mine create new. I called mine alternate menu.
Okay. So take it, create new. There we go. And we're going to call this alternate or alternate.
All in it.
Alternate menu.
All in it. Right. So yeah, so we're going to go items, and we're going to go simple navigation.
Yep.
And then you have internal and external navigation links.
So
it is technically an external link
yes,
because you're taking just a link off the website. So
yeah, because internal means like internal only gives you choices of either custom pages or blog posts, right?
Yeah.
This is external because we've created all those filters and everything. It's not actually a page that exists as it is with the search criteria. So yeah, we want to do it as external.
So then you'll notice at the top it has main and sub navigation. Main is where it appears across the top. The sub navigation is where it appears below a main item. So we're going to do a well, I don't.
I'm going to call this search.
Okay, so that's going to be your main.
That's going to be my main.
So I would call it
one-click search,
local search, custom searches. I'm trying to think what a consumer understand.
I can call it price city search or city price search. I don't know. I'm just going to do search for now. My brain will explode.
It's already called search. So let's just call it custom search for now, so we can identify it.
I think on mine though, I did.
Yeah, but that was on your other menu. This is a whole brand new menu.
Yeah.
Now. And you're going to need to put all the other links on. But
all right. So description, I'm not worried about right now.
Okay, so that's where you go internal, external. So internal is if it's a blog post, a custom page, some content already on your site, because it doesn't put the whole link on it, just puts an internal link. But this is going to be a.
So for me, this is going to be navigation text. I don't want it to be a link, right? This is something that we ran into before, because if I make it a link, it will automatically, it'll have the option to go to the page. I want you to just hover over it and it drop down the sub menu.
So that's fine. You can do text.
Yep.
What I did with mine, I did both. So I did a general search on the search, which just takes you
to
the
the page.
page.
So if they do click on it, it goes to the search
page. And then
page.
if you hover over it, it shows the other ones. Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to be, and this is why it was able to work in place of the other one. So we're going to say custom search. And then I'm not worried about those. That's good. And now I can create my sub navigation right here, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing I have to save. It will actually let me go through here and create the sub navigation.
Yeah.
So that's fine. That's going to stay that way. And then sub navigation. This is going to be a navigation link.
Yep.
That's what I want it to be.
Yeah.
All right.
And then you're going to give the button a name.
Yep. So this is going to be Port Charlotte. And we did 200 to 300, right?
Yeah.
And I could do, it all depends on what you want it to look like, right? I could do 200K to 300K if I wanted. I could spell it all out. Whatever you want to do. I think the general population understands that 200K to 300K means thousands, hundreds of thousands. So we're going to do that. And then description, I'm not worried about. Now, link is technically external.
Yeah.
And then not worried about a call to action button, right?
So I've never put one in.
Yeah.
And it worked.
I'm really just trying to structure the navigation.
Paste,
so then we're going to paste that in. And that one is done. And then you'll see, now this can get hard to follow, but if you look at these blue bars, these are keeping you within the menus that you're in. So right now I'm in sub navigation. So if I follow this down, I can create a new one for that sub navigation menu. So I'm going to create another one, navigation link. And this one is going to be Port Charlotte. 300K to 400K. I'm doing pretty good without my glasses looking at this keyboard. Oh, there I go. I messed it up. I don't know what 400L is.
50s, 450s.
All right. And then this is going to be an external link. And then I have to go back to my actual website and change those filters to reflect that. So then I'm going to change this to 300. You could use the sliders if you want. Honestly, the sliders annoy me. I know
they're very finicky.
Well, and you know, it's all the websites, the portals are using sliders too, but I can't stand them. I much prefer drop downs. And then 400. All right. Oh, yep. Need another 0 over here. Okay. I don't need to change any of the other filters. Those stay the same. I'm just changing the price range. I'm hitting apply, and then you'll see same URL, but it updated it 300 to 400. So now I'm going to copy this. Okay. And then we're going to go back to our organization menu. That's an external, and I'm going to paste it in here. All right. I'm going to add one more. Navigation menu. And we're going to do 400 to 500. And honestly, you know what I want to be doing? Because you mentioned this, it made me think about it. And this is the way I normally do it. And I kind of goofed here. I want this to be Port Charlotte, comma, FL. Because the SEO in that is better than Port Charlotte.
Yeah.
So that's going to be Port Charlotte, FL. And I would go back and change the other ones too. And this is going to be 400K to 500K, like that. And external link again. And then we got to go up here and change our filters. I'll try the slider this time. All right, there we go. That was a little faster. I just need to get used to them. Apply. I'm going to copy that URL. Did I give it time to change?
You did, yeah.
Okay, good. We're going to copy that URL. Go back to our site and paste this in. Okay, so that's in there. And then I'm going to go back and change these titles so I get more SEO. I get better SEO out of it by putting in the comma FL. You do get better SEO with the state abbreviations because that is typically how people will search. They'll perform their Google searches for property. Okay, so we'll put this one in. And then that's ready to go. I've got 3 choices now in these one-click searches. So
please hit publish before it all disappears.
I know. So I'm going to hit publish up here. Okay.
Yep. Then go back.
And then I need to go back.
Oh, hang on. No. Are we already back?
Yeah.
So I hit publish again.
Yes. So you want to make sure you hit when in doubt, hit publish. Yeah. Just like when in doubt, hit save. Because one thing we found out is that there's a very specific way to do things in here. It's very much like designs. How you have to hit save a couple of times in some of those places. So you want to publish this just to make sure that everything sticks.
Yeah.
Okay. And then simple navigation item, custom search. Nope, I'm good there. So I am going to hit back because now we're going to change this from custom org site navigation provider. Where'd it go?
No, that's it. That's correct. And navigation down below.
Oh, down here. Yeah.
And then
there's the one that I called. Yep.
Alternate.
Okay. So disregard, I just want to spell this out. I want to be more clear about this. So when you get in here as an agent who has never touched this before, you're going to be on Heritage Organization site. You're going to change it to custom organization site navigation provider because that's the only way you can customize yours. It should be the only way you can customize yours. Clearly, I overwrote mine. Okay, we're going to have that. And then the one that we just created is called alternate menu. So I'm going to choose that. And then hit save. All right. And then when I click on this.
So all your other links are going to vanish. You're going to have to
that's okay.
Rebuild them.
I'll mess with it.
So now you have custom search at the top.
Yep. So now there's custom search here. And there's the custom searches that we added.
All right, let's click one of them. Make sure it goes through. So that's 400, 500.
Okay, and now custom search is showing up on that page. So I don't know what I did differently on mine, but I'll figure it out. You know what? I almost wonder if it's because I messed with the inherited organization. I bet that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because the first time I did it all custom and it was on every page. And then when I did the inherited, it only shows up on the home page.
Yeah.
All right, so that's good. I got to reach out to that RTT friend of mine and see if that's the issue.
Yeah. So now you got to, unfortunately, copy and paste all your other links into your new menu. But
but that's okay. This makes it more clear for you as our audience, hopefully, so that you can see what we've done here. So we added custom search, right? And now we've got those one-click searches. I want to see. I'm trying to think of to let me see. I'm trying to think of somebody that I know that has a Brevity page. Let's see. See if this is it. Oh, that ain't it. Give me just a second because I kind of want to show you what I was talking about. And I think they have either Brevity. I think they have a Brevity page. Let's see who we are here. Nope. This is Sierra Interactive, so I don't even know.
Okay, well, they have custom searches as well.
Yeah, okay. So if I go up here, he may not have. Yeah, here we go. So, well, he's got featured listings, so his isn't set up that way. A lot of them are. Oh, it's killing me.
Just hit that menu on the right, top right. It's a big team. Wow.
Yeah, he's got like 15 people.
So drop down communities.
Yeah.
That's the searches.
Yes, but with Boomtown and Brevity, it's literally right on the homepage.
Which it should be on this.
Yeah, right, because its navigation carries through, right? Yeah, so it is the better option that we're showing you. I know it doesn't look as pretty as those other ones, but
I don't have a problem with it.
Why do you want to busy up that page anyway?
You've got to think about what we used to call the spider, which was Google's way of searching. Google can't see images. It can only read text, right? And it can read the alternate tags for images. So you always got to tag your images with what the image is. And you have to do that for compliance anyway, for people with limited vision. But the point I'm making is when you go to a website structure, you want the shortest path to the result possible. So you don't want to have search, communities, neighborhoods, local thing, blah, 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 and then you search. You're just going too many layers into the site.
Yeah.
You want it right on the front page. Click. That's what I'm looking for. So, and if you make that path as short as possible, Google will rank your site better for ease of navigation. And there is actually a grader now. When you do your site submit in the Google search console, it grades your site on its navigation ability. So it's a real thing, not just making up some whatever.
Yeah.
So this is a Place website.
So, well, Place is a team, right? It's not Playster.
Oh,
Place is actually an expansion team.
Okay.
I think these are I'm pretty sure these are powered by Brevity.
Does it say right at the bottom?
It didn't,
okay,
but they have I think they have an exclusive relationship with Brevity.
Right.
But this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, right? There's these pretty pictures that take you into that search. And sure, it's beautiful, and I'm probably not sharing this. So
we can do that.
Hold on just a second. I want to make sure that you guys are seeing what I'm doing here, and you're not. So let me jump back over there. Figure out why this isn't working. I just messed it all up. It's frozen. All right, let's see here. Is it going?
We're back. We're back. Stick with us, guys.
We're back. We're getting there.
We're having some little difficulties here with the sharing through the StreamYard software. It just hung up in the background, but we will get it back online. I say with every confidence in my colleague here. And thanks for the 5 people. Has anyone got any comments? If you're watching this on Facebook and you comment, we will see your comment. We won't necessarily see who you are unless you tell us. We've got Carlson Group.
Yeah, I think that was an offer to help us find a Boomtown or Brevity website.
Okay.
So I do have one here. I know this is powered by Brevity. So let's take a look at this, and I'll show you what we're talking about. Okay, so back to the home page. And so here's those pretty pictures we're talking about, right? They have the search bar at the top like we do. Awesome. Featured listings. We have that on ours as well. That's totally customizable. Peter and I have demonstrated that before.
Okay. I think we're not showing it again.
That's way behind.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's way behind.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. Just to double check if I look over here, and yeah, we are. Okay. We're good. Okay. And then come down here, new listings. And then we get down here to top areas, right? Or it'll say neighborhoods on other websites, whatever. So we have these pretty pictures and we click on that and it takes us into listings. Sometimes it'll be a picture of a house and it'll say like Bonita Springs and give each of the price ranges like we have, which is great. But do you want to pay, you know, $65, $75 for that a month? Or do you want to pay $1,000, $1,500, $2,000?
Crazy money,
right?
And you don't have the whole MLS.
No, you don't. You don't have. You don't have.
You go on that site and go over to California and take a look.
Yeah, you can't.
Nope.
Right. So keep in mind again with our Keller Williams websites, we have all of the United States, most of Canada, Puerto Rico,
with the
right?
islands. Yeah,
yep.
I think we have a US Virgin Islands.
Yep, I believe we do too. Yeah. So keep in mind, when you pay, say, $1,500 minimum for a website similar to this, you're getting one IDX feed, which means you're only getting the properties from one MLS.
So I have an idea.
Yeah.
Would you go to Homes for Sale Florida again?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great website. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what's paying dividends for me. The name.
Yeah. For sure.
The SEO effect of it. So I made this luxury, and I did that for our luxury agent comment yesterday.
Do you want to apologize for it?
No, I don't. No, I'm a working class northerner from England.
Yeah.
And the equivalent of a redneck, I guess you call it.
An English
redneck. English redneck, yeah. And yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's all good.
So the website, Peter.
It's all good. So if you zoom out, it's kind of zoomed in so you can't see the menu. You're on like tablet view 125. Yeah, no, you want to go.
Oh, I'm going the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go right out to like 75%. There we go.
More?
Yep.
That's good, right?
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. So if you scroll down past the featured listings, which we want, past the testimonials, you could put communities, if you go down, in these blog sections.
Yeah. And then I could have something very similar.
Yeah. So we could have a picture of Bonita Springs with a graphic across it, a picture of Fort Myers, of Naples, and oh, look at that salmon. And then when you click on it, we could take to a blog article that's then got some featured listings in that.
And has all the links built in.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So we could do colorful pictorial featured listings. And I think for certain agents who are farming like
particular neighborhoods,
luxury communities, this would be a really good use of the blog.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we can do it. Yeah. Or we could even build a custom page where you click on search and then has all the neighborhoods and pictures on the custom, but that wouldn't be on the front page of the website.
No, but it would be at that top navigation. And then instead of making it just text like I did, we would make it a navigation link that goes to a custom page that is all the communities with all the one-click searches.
Yeah, and we can hyperlink the photographs, and you could have a link to tax records. You could have a link to anything you want on there. So, yeah, I mean, honestly,
there are so many possibilities.
Yeah, this is like the best real estate website that's provided by the brokerage. So I've worked at various brokerages and nothing comes close to this. It's very, very good. Now, not to say we haven't got one or two difficulties with as they bring out new things, it can cause glitches. Like I'm trying to put chatbot on the front page, and whenever I put the module in, it turns off the search.
Ah, that's weird.
Yeah, and it was happening to John as well. Yeah, he's got the same problem. There's a support ticket in for it, but we're trying to, we're really trying to up our game. What I want to have is you've got a choice. So you go on the website and you can search by pictorial links to featured communities. That would be my look, because websites need to be hyper local. We are not going to compete with realtor.com.
No.
So you want to make your website hyper local and have local communities, but I want it to pop up and say, ask a question, and then AI answers the question to help the customer with the search, right?
Yeah.
So we can do it. We just it's all, I was talking about that creativity thing. Yeah, we don't want to create rabbit holes.
So I'll tell you what's interesting about that though too, with the richness of the search engine optimization, like you talked about. If I create a custom page that has all of the SEO rich content as far as keywords and stuff for the cities and the price points and homes and condos and land and all that stuff, that could quite possibly rank above Zillow on certain searches.
No,
because,
it will. Right? So go to Google.
Yeah.
And just type into Google homes for sale Florida and then put Peter Hopkins.
All right. Let me and then we're gonna add this back to the stage, which is a white screen. So let me go back into this tab. Let's get things going for us here. There we go.
I'm so glad you do all this. It's like a maze.
All right, here we go. So let me jump back over to that one. And what did you want now?
So just type homes for sale Florida.
Yep.
I'll go to Google. Sorry, go to Google.
Okay.
So google.com.
And in the main search.
Yeah.
Homes for sale.
Homes for sale Florida, and put my name, Peter Hopkins. So this would be the marketing I put out there. Okay, then click enter. And scroll down.
Did I do something wrong? Because I've seen this happen before.
Yeah, just change it to KW instead of my name.
Okay.
So
you're not as popular as you thought.
If you put just the web address in, it'll take you straight to the website. I'm trying to show the preview on Google. I think it's KW. Anyway, let's just try it.
Here we go.
No, that's homes for sale of Florida, which is the annoying other person. That's a good. No, go back up. They haven't got it. KW's got it. Well, what I'm essentially trying to show you is, you see those links below. See, it says Keller Williams Realty.
Yeah, down here.
Right, it's those little links. So the one above it, which is the KW.com.
Yeah, it doesn't have it.
Another one below does.
Yeah.
Right, that one. So they see it says find an agent, become an agent. That's the menu, right?
Yeah.
So what it does is it takes the menu and puts those links onto your page. So you get 4 or 5. Yeah, just try KW.
I just saw you here the other day. Here you are down here.
Yeah, that's just a
no, that's just an image.
Random bad link.
Well, of course, that's what happens live. But anyway, the way that what we were talking about with the site mapping, and this is the updated KW.com, by the way, which is fantastic that they updated the main corporate website too. And each one of your sites, if they're set up correctly, which is that default that the sitemap is done and everything?
Right. So I'm going to show you a secret for that. But click on Keller Williams Realty. So you see the menu is find a KW agent.
Yeah.
Search. That's what it's pulling from.
Right.
So the great thing about the SEO on our new websites is, if you create that custom navigation, you can tell Google what you want to put on your Google listing for your search results, which will be the communities. So that community search will work.
Right. Which is huge.
Yeah. Did you have another question before that?
The site. I just asked how you get the site map.
So go to your website.
Okay, to my the admin.
No, just go right to the website.
All right.
Yep.
In the homepage.
That's it. Right. So go to the homepage. Right. Click /
/.
sitemap.xml.
I forgot the E, didn't I? No, got it. Map.xml.
So you've just created the sitemap. So you can actually see what's in there. The blog's getting highlighted, meet the team's getting highlighted.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. It's quite a long document.
Sure.
The more links you add, the more is added into this sitemap. You've got information guides, estimate your payment, what's your house worth, trusted resources. So these,
now that's actually pulling from the more.
Yes. Yeah, it's pulling. So what you do is so this is a complex thing, but talk to your MCTT, right? But essentially, we can submit that sitemap to Google for indexing. And then all those pages that are on there, if Google feels the content quality is good, it will index those pages. So you'll have more showing up. But the previous website, as far as I know, didn't have a sitemap. This one does. And I think that's the difference.
Well, and the search engine optimization just was not that rich.
Yeah.
And so for somebody, I've been with Keller Williams for 13 years. I've been in what is now the Market Center Tech Trainer role. I've been in that, you know, area of position. It's had all different titles and everything all those 13 years. So I've been in that position all these 13 years. I've seen every website we've ever had going all the way back to e-agency, right? E-agency, then Market Leader, then Playster, then our first iteration of our own, and now this one. And this one, like Peter said, is by far the best. While the administration tool is complex, it is very, very customizable, and it makes it amazing.
Yep. It's cool. Right, I think we're wrapping up.
Yeah, we are about at that point. So mind blown, I love it. I'm not sure who that is, Facebook user. I have a feeling I know who it is. My buddy out in Texas. But anyway, yeah, I hope you got a lot of value out of that. I'm sure you did. If it was over your head, that is understandable. Because for most people it is.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's pretty in depth, and we don't want you buried in creating your website. We know that you as agents, you want a really nice website. You want it to be rich and informative and bring you leads organically and all that stuff. And if it's something you don't want to tackle, then by all means, reach out to your Market Center Tech Trainer. Reach out to your regional tech trainer if you don't have an MCTT. And if you don't have either of those and you'd like to, you can reach out to Peter and myself, and we'll get you connected to the right person. And then, you know, I'm sure there's people out there that will do this for you as well. So,
all right.
Thank
you guys, and thanks for watching and staying with us all this hour. That's really appreciated.
And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.